Good Saturday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for February 7th and 8th, 2015. This is your weekend outlook, and we're going to have a very busy late weekend. We start off on the cloudy side, maybe a few snow showers here for far northern areas here this afternoon. This is going into, here we go. Here's the light snow showers showing early Saturday afternoon here for us, our far northern areas here. Not expecting much of this, just a few snow showers, and that's about it. This is right along where the baroclinic zone is set up, and we have an area of high pressure that's kind of off the map up here. High pressure sitting up here, and our low pressure that's way off the map out here is going to be moving down here into our area here over in the later part of the weekend anyway. In between the baroclinic zone today is where this sets up for some snow, overrunning snow from the UP of Michigan all the way down into mainly New York State here, but you will get some into northeastern PA as well. And then as you go a little bit further here, you see that almost like railroad tracks kind of setting up right over southeastern Canada, over northern New York State, northern and central New York State, over to about Boston. No surprise, Boston's getting snow again. Oh boy. Okay, as we get a little bit forward in time here, now we're using the GFS here. The GFS has been pretty consistent here. It's been trending a little bit colder here, run to run. So, and the trend continues to do that. But now we're seeing this area low pressure come down south toward the Pittsburgh area, southwestern Pennsylvania. Eventually, it's going to get to a position right about here, or maybe a little bit further south. And I actually end up thinking it ends up a little bit further south, kind of like right here, somewhere in that vicinity, and I'll show you why in a second. But the trend of the GFS has been to bring this further south. Now, since this low pressure takes this track in here like this, it's going to bring some warm air with it around that low pressure. So you get rain all the way up in this area here, okay, at least to start. See all these pinks on here? This is freezing rain. The temperature here is very, very cold as you get up into northern PA, back through the Poconos, back down to the Lehigh Valley, and across central New Jersey. So some very cold air that's stuck in in here. The surface temperatures here are going to be 32 or below, and a lot of that is because of the high pressure to the north here. This high pressure to the north is really going to be funneling in this cold air into this system here on the eastern side of this. So this is mostly from the Lehigh Valley and points northeast. You get this significant icing threat, and that's just on the GFS. There is some icing on some other models too, but it's a little bit more widespread, more spread out, not just confined to the Lehigh Valley area. So when you get to the next frames here, the area low pressure that was right about here is continuing off to the southeast a little bit. Not much, but 6 hours later it's further southeast to right about here. Okay, that's allowing, still with the high pressure to the north, still allowing more cold air to come into the system here. So any of this icing here is changing over to snow. Any of the rain is now changing over to ice further south. And that's going to continue to happen over the next couple of hours after that. We're now looking at Monday. This was Monday morning here, the severe icing across the Lehigh Valley up to central New Jersey, New York City, changing over to rain Monday afternoon, or excuse me, snow Monday afternoon, and then Monday evening everybody's over to snow. So, that's of course the system is now pulling away at that point. Of course, this is the GFS projection here. Let's go to another projection here. These are the ensembles. These are for the ensembles here, and look how clustered they are around northern Virginia. We saw the GFS position itself right about here and then continue off to the southeast. The ensembles are saying nope, it should be down further to the south. Well, that makes a big difference. If this is further south, that allows more cold air to get into the system, and it allows all the precipitation. That rain snow line or ice snow line is going to be further south here, and I think that's going to end up happening. And that's in large part because when we see the ensembles are the same model run again an additional 50 times. And when you see such tight agreement with so many of those clusters sitting right around here over northern Virginia, northern and central Virginia, with just a few outliers out here outside that mean here. There's only a couple here. There's only, maybe a handful of outliers. There are not too many. There's a couple here outside this mean, but the majority of them, more than 2/3, maybe actually more than 3/4, are sitting right across Virginia and northern Virginia. So I wouldn't expect the GFS depiction of it being that far north to be correct. and I think it's going to be a little bit further south. So we're going to see a trend colder, I think, in the next 24 hours. What does that mean? We get to our first call here, and we went aggressive with the snow totals here, and we did that for a reason. And we looked at the European model. I didn't get to show you the European model. The European model was actually pretty cold. It's in very close proximity to its the ensembles we just showed you. It's also in close proximity to the UK Met, which is the another European model product. This area up here we have. Up here is in our 4 to 8. Can't really see what I'm writing here. It's 4 to 8 inches up here. Of course, this is all going to start as rain as well. Go over to some brief icing and then go over to snow. So more snow up here across northeastern PA. Our central areas here. This area here we have is 2 to 4, but we also have an extensive icing period that we're expecting, mainly for these areas right here. So the icing is going to be up in here in this area here mostly. Okay. That's where your severe icing is going to take place. And actually, I actually took out part of Berks County here. I would expect the severe icing to be up in this area mostly, even though we included this area out further west as into a significant icing threat too. I think it's mostly going to be in your eastern areas, and the models today are showing that. So here's your 2 to 4 inch area in the pink, 1 to 2 inches after the changeover from rain to ice to snow here in the red, according to 1 inch here in the gray, and then pretty much just all rain here in the green. So that's what we're looking at. Of course, stay with us over the weekend. We'll update this to a second call on Saturday evening and a final call by the time we get to Sunday evening. It's not going to start precipitating until we get to late evening on Sunday or the early part of the overnight, so or maybe a little bit after midnight. So by us, there's no sense in us rushing this. We're going to do a second call Saturday night. We're going to do a final call on Sunday night before the precipitation starts, and we'll have that out for you. So check that out on the Weather Alert Maps page over the weekend, as we'll update that frequently. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for February 7th and 8th, 2015, your weekend outlook. We'll see you again Sunday night for the Monday forecast.